Hello sports fans, welcome back to another NFL team preview. So for this video, we got the Baltimore Ravens, a much better team than the last two we covered. I mean, the Ravens in 2023, they had the #1 seed and they made the conference championship, but then they lost to the Chiefs. And I thought that game was completely winnable, I mean, those turnovers they had really screwed them over, but their offense just as a whole let them down in this game. I mean, their defense held Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to 17 points, so they just needed a better offensive performance that day. And don't get me wrong, the Chiefs defense was good last year, but worth noting, they did exceed their own expectations. No one really thought they would be that good, up to like 13 wins, 1 seed, and conference championship. So the big news for the Ravens is that they got Derrick Henry. And this can be seen as great news for the offense, but what concerns me as a whole is that they lost 3 of their linemen. And while they did get new ones, I just don't think they'll be able to have the same success with those linemen as they did last year. And, Derrick Henry, like I said, he still has been performing great this late in his career, but with a bad O-line and just the years keep piling up, will he have the same success? I don't really think so. And I also do fear the lack of depth that the team has in with their receivers as well. And I just don't think the offense will be as good due to these factors. I mean, the last time Lamar won an MVP the next year, he regressed, and it wasn't really totally his fault because some of the O-line left. And I kind of see it as the same thing this year. Obviously, they still have Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers, which will be great, but I don't know, the losses on that O-line, I think they're really going to hurt. So defensively, for one, they did lose Jadeveon Clowney, which Jadeveon Clowney is a bust. That's one of the first things I kind of think of when I think of him, but he still is a productive player, and I do think the loss will hurt a little bit. I mean, their D-line is still pretty good, but it'll make them a little less scary. But the fact they lost Patrick Queen is kind of bad, and especially to a division rival like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, even with Roquan Smith and everything, their linebacking core just isn't really as good now. Now, the secondary is still good, and their safeties are just some of the best safeties in the whole NFL. So I don't expect their defense to have a huge drop off, but with those 2 lost players, it'll be a little bit worse in 2024 than 2023, but they're still going to be an elite group, and I'm not really concerned with the defense at all. I don't expect the Ravens to win their division 2024, but I think they will make the playoffs. I think they'll get double-digit wins. There could be a world where they don't, but I'm going to say yes. I just think they still are too good to not make double-digit wins, and I think they'll be a dark horse contender instead of the obvious one they were last year. I know some people might be surprised by that take, but I just think 2023 was the ideal year for that team to win, and they just kind of, like I said before, blew it in the AFC Championship. So for fantasy, it would kind of go like this. In the 3rd round, if you're interested in picking up QBs early, I'm not really that type of guy, but you could draft Lamar. And then in the 4th round, if he's still there, you could draft Mark Andrews because, I mean, you might want to get a good tight end. Even though arguably there's a few more good tight ends this year than last year, Mark Andrews is a pretty good security blanket. And then I think that Zay Flowers, I guess 5th round, I'm not totally sold on him, and I wouldn't draft him very high, but 5th round, you could snag him. And that's my video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.